friends, today I wanted to alter this Coke bottle. Let's see here, it's got a little liquid in there. I rinsed it out and we have this cute little Coke bottle, but I wanted to age it. So what I was thinking was trying some DecoArts chalk finish Americana paint. So I have a tongue depressor that I mix my DecoArts, these chalk ones, and I just scrape them. And I mix them really well, and I kind of just get as much paint off of the side, the stick as I can, and then I save it for just my chalk paints. But today I want to put some of this on as a base instead of a gesso, and start off with that. So I want to age this Coke bottle and try to antique it. So let's go for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting the chalk finish on it, and especially getting the barcodes and that kind of thing. I don't need that to show through. And even at the top, very top, I'm going to get pretty much everywhere, lightly over the Coke area. And I thought that this would be a nice way, because you could kind of rough some of it off a bit, where the gesso is kind of more, sticks more and is more, you know, secure, but this is meant to be put on and kind of pulled off a bit, and antiquing, I guess, for that technique. So now I just got some on everywhere here, and I'm going to keep going over it a bit. Now I have my bottle done, but I'm going to wet my brush just a slight bit using a cloth, get some of that off, and just kind of go over in some places, especially the Coke, because I want it to see the Coke. But I'm not trying to take paint off. I'm not like trying to add. I'm just going over, kind of making some markings and that kind of thing. And you can see whatever I'm rolling on too, it's going to rub off a bit too, like on the paper here, on my backing. So that's about that. Now I'm going to dry it off, roll around a bit here, dry it off, and see how that looks. I do want to put a little thicker pieces of the chalk on my barcodes and that kind of thing. I don't need that showing. And there we go. So I'm going to dry that off and then kind of scrape it just a little bit, or rub a little bit of stuff. This is what we have so far. Now I have an old paint cloth, work cloth, and I'm just going to use the roughness of this old dry paint on here to kind of rub some of that off. Because it's too much for sandpaper, and some of this stuff comes off from whatever projects I was working on. It's okay. So I'm just going to rub it with the rough cloth that's got some dry paint on it, and see what, you know, a little bit of that comes off. Don't want too much off, so if it's too rough, just move it over. I'm going to go a little bit more on the Coke area. Just to get some of that kind of showing more, but I don't want to scrape it. And even the dirty old paint is starting to come off, which is nice, onto this. But like I said, I want to be careful that I don't scrape the paint off and have the too much bright red showing. Now that's about that. Now I'm going to try the crackle just to give it some texture, really. So let's see how this looks in here. So I'm going to try this texture crackle. There we go. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the crackle, this paintbrush is not going to work, but I need something nice and smooth. maybe I'll use this one here. It's got a little bit more brush. So I'm just going to put it on and not worry about too much, but I don't want it even. Just want to kind of throw it on there and have like a little nice finish. It'll keep some of that chalk look on. And
Mommy.
And then I'm going to just go all around and put it on. So it's such a small bottle, and I thought this would be a fun project to antique it and make it look like an old bottle. So that's what I'm going to go for. Okay, that's about enough. I'm going to let that dry for a bit. So now I dried the crackle medium on there. It didn't really crackle, but it's okay. I am just in front of the house. Sorry.
It's real wet. Not far away.
I dried the crackle finish, and I couldn't leave it alone. I couldn't let it dry on its own. So here it is. It's got like a bit of a glaze on it. I don't know. I don't think that's quite the way I want it to go. I wanted to have some crackle in it, but I think maybe that's like what you do after. I don't know. Anyways, I put it on, so I'm going to put some metallic lusters. I'm going to put some brilliant turquoise on in some places. And it's still a little bit warm. Let's see how this looks. I want to antique it. I want to age it. I might need to add a little moisture to here. There we go. We'll see how well this works. And going all over kind of a thing. I'm going to try to get my fingers out of the way. You can see through some of the bottle, and that's great. I got a little fingerprint there. I hope it doesn't wreck the look I'm going for. But I thought it'd be really fun because my husband bought this couple of little bottles, mini bottles, and I'm like, can I antique one? So I thought I'd try this. I also have antiquing creams, but I want to try this out. I'm going to give it a bit of a heat blast so then it heats it up. I'm going to do that just like this. I have some copper kettle that I want to try on here as well. Do I have a sponge that would work on that? And I'm just going to put a little moisture in here. Might be a little much, but I can just play with it here. It's looking really nice. I like it. It might be too, well, I don't know. We'll see. I can add more things. I can darken it up too with a little bit of ink or whatever. Now I'm going to grab a dry part. I'm actually going to blast a little teeny bit of heat on here. Not as much as the first one because I kind of just want to rub a little bit of this in. It really polishes up. I like this. And a little bit, it's not quite dry, the crackle there. Polishing it up, it looks so nice. got that Coca-Cola area kind of not dry enough with the crackle, so I might heat that up. So far, I'm kind of liking it. It looks neat. I'm thinking I might spray, well, I was going to ink it or maybe just give it a little bit of a spray of, or do I have, wait a minute, I got to think this through. I was thinking about spraying some metallic lusters on it. But maybe I should put some antiquing cream on it. I think I'll put some antiquing cream on it. Right here is the antiquing cream. This is the carbon black. I will do that rather than spray it because I don't know how that's going to react to it. I'm just going to put a little on the side here. Can you see that drop? I'm just going to put some on, rub it off. Oops, that might be maybe not dry enough. It might not be dry enough. It might be too, still a little tacky. It's picking it up too much. There we go. Okay, I just gotta fix one area that I don't like right here. Too much antiquing cream. And I just sprayed just some water on it. And just a little too much. Just a little bit. See how we're going? And that is it. So because I heat set everything else, it's staying on there, the metallics, but I'm just taking a little bit of the antiquing cream off because it was a little too sticky. Now I'm really liking it. It looks like it could have been found in an old barn. Maybe a little too fancy for that, but we can pretend. There we go. Now here is my Coca-Cola bottle. Now I like that better. Did a little bit of antiquing cream on there. So now I'm going to heat that up. This is the bottle. I added just a tad more lusters, and it's looking really good. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make the Coca-Cola show more. I got a little bit of antique cream in the English red. I'm just going to check, see how much of that I want in there. And move that around a bit. It's a little different than the copper. And I kind of like that, so I'll leave that. But it's so easy to use, and like I said, you can just kind of wet it off, like spray it a bit with water and get it off if it's too much. It's like a little bit of water, cloth. There we go, just like that. So I think that is it for my bottle, guys. I hope you like this project. The light's not giving it so much justice, like how it's looking. We could probably put a lot more fun colors in there, maybe more brilliant turquoise, and play with it. I like it. Give it a try, guys. I hope you like this one, and don't forget to craft like a duck. I will talk to you guys later. It was fun for my first try of antiquing a bottle, and I think that I will keep trying because I want to make it a little bit more, I don't know. I could just play with it and do different things and get better as I go. But this is my first go at it, so have fun, guys. Bye-bye.